It's been 3 weeks since I've last sat in this chair. I just got back from visiting family in Spain for the last few weeks, almost 3 weeks. So I have not been paying too much attention to what is being launched on the makeup market. So since this is my first video back in a few weeks, I thought the most appropriate video would be to go through some of the launches that have piqued my interest that I might have missed. I'm delayed on my reviews and whatnot. Obviously, I've been out of the country. So today I'm gathering my thoughts, deciding what I want to order and what you will be seeing on my channel. Also, if there's any products that you see that I'm talking about today, if you really do want me to review them, please let me know. Like other comments that you see so that I know you want to see it. But there has been some things that have caught my eye that I want to talk about. So I'm getting these directly from Trend Mood One's Instagram page. I'm sure there's more launches that I'm missing here, but you know, I've seen these launches in passing, and these are kind of what I want to get on my radar now. But anyways, if you guys were curious about how Spain was and all of that, I did just upload a couple of vlogs if you want to check that out. But we are in makeup mode. I'm going to be busy doing reviews these next few days as I get my hands on these products. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. I'm deciding how low I want to scroll down to. And I think a good place to start would be here, which I feel like has gotten a lot more love from others than I expected. But you know what? When I saw that these launched, I was very excited as well. MAC launched a new nude collection. Who doesn't love a good nude lip? And MAC is like the OG known for the best nude lip colors in general. So this has a little bit of a nostalgic vibe to it. So this whole collection features all of these products. There's a lot of lore to these shades that I actually don't know about. I'm just excited about a MAC nude collection in general. But we have some shades of the Silky Matte lipstick, which is amazing, the Luster Glass lipstick, Sleek Satin lipstick, Powder Kiss liquid lip color. These are all of the shades, as well as a lip pencil in Cool Spice, which I know some of that lore was like, Cool Spice used to just be Spice, but now Spice is too warm, so they launched the OG version, which they are now calling Cool Spice. Something along that nature, okay? But look how stunning this lip collection looks in general. Let's see what we got. So here are the lip colors, and they're giving some suggestions as to what to pair it with. So Cool Spice paired with Peach Stock, right? I have the collection. I'll confirm. I'm going to do a video on this because I'm excited about it. And then here we have some new lip. I think I have all of the collection. I have to look. But we have all of the new nude lipsticks. Some of them look interesting. Again, more pairings with lip liners. Cork. Anyways, I'm excited about this. And then here's the liquid lip color. Nude shades as well. That bottom right color looks gorgeous. Flesh Pot, that's an OG shade. That nostalgic shade. Here are more of the colors. Yash, I remember. Ooh, Cool Teddy, that sounds interesting. If you know any of like the background behind these colors, please share. Look at all of these new shades. How very exciting. Okay, anyways, for some reason, I was very excited about this collection. It is available now. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. This is a shop. I'm getting them. Well, I already have them. I will say though, I did get them in PR, but I was gonna order them anyways. It's one of those things where when I got home from vacation, I opened my package. I wasn't expecting them. I was like, oh, but I was gonna order them anyways. Not everything probably. I don't know what I have. I'm gonna take a look. I might have to buy some stuff anyways. I haven't gotten my ducks in a row, you guys, so I gotta plan my stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Excited about this one as well. ABH just launched a new foundation and a new setting spray, and I like ABH's foundations. I know I didn't like their Beauty Balm stick, but I have liked their liquid foundation in the past. So this is a blurring second skin matte foundation, which I don't normally love. Medium to full coverage, long wearing, blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles. Okay, all of this is just keywords, I swear, for you to search it, and this is what's going to come up. I will be reviewing this, and I will let you know the actual specs of this, as they say in the tech world, what it actually does. I do have it. It is a shop. I'm excited about this. What do you guys think of the shade range? I think it looks okay. So I don't know if I'm going to do like a dedicated review on this quite yet, but I will definitely be talking about it on my channel. Like I said, I have a lot to catch up on, but I'm excited about this. Now, as far as the setting spray, this is a blurring matte setting spray. Hydrates, locks in makeup. Got this in PR. It would not have been a shop for me though, so I'm gonna say drop for this, but I will be talking about it because I luckily did receive it in PR. But just being honest, would not have bought it. But the foundation, absolutely excited for this. You see on Trendmood, they have the New Moon collection from ColourPop. It's taking everything within me not to purchase it because I was a Twilight girl growing up. I always get asked to review Lisa Eldridge, and the reason that I don't, simply because I don't want to fall in love with and commit to purchasing another brand, but I think the time has come. I think she sold me. I saw a video on this pinpoint micro correcting pencil and I need it. It's basically a concealer in like a pencil and it's genius. I don't know how somebody hasn't thought of this before. I don't know how I haven't thought of it before, but it looks so amazing for really precise coverage. And I think I need to try it. This is a shop. I just think it's not even innovative, but it is because nobody has thought of a product like this before, I don't think of. Anyways, so it's supposed to have a similar formulation of that of like a gel pencil eyeliner, which you know is creamy to apply but dries down. And lip liners as well. They have a very similar formula, but they did it with skin colors. Genius. Absolutely genius. This has sold me. I think I'm going to try Lisa Eldridge, and this is what I want to get my hands on. Another super duper duper exciting one from Hourglass. So we have the new Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. I love the last, what was it, tinted moisturizer from Hourglass. And this is in a similar packaging, but it has different claims. It does have SPF in it, but it looks like it might have a little bit of coverage, but still has a luminous finish. I definitely want to do a comparison. I'd imagine this has more coverage, but I will be trying this next to the skin tint that I love so much from Hourglass, and I just want to see how this compares. I have a good feeling about it because it's in the same packaging as the skin tint that I love so much from Hourglass. I'm really excited about this. This is a shop. I'm going to order it right after this video. Shade range, I don't know. Luminous finish, medium buildable coverage, reduces wrinkles, whatever. I'm excited about this. I don't know what shade I would get. Probably 5? I need to read the descriptions. I normally go for light with neutral undertones. Shade 6. Okay. I wasn't far off. Amazing. Anyways, you guys know Hourglass is probably my favorite brand. Definitely fighting with a couple other brands, but they're still my favorite brands. And I cannot wait to try this. I cannot wait to order this and get it on my skin. So many good reviews coming your way. Okay, this is another exciting one. These are also available now. Patrick Ta just launched some new blush shades, 4 to be exact. Okay, I love these blushes. I love this formula, but the formula of these, particularly the creams, have changed since the original launch. They're a little bit more, I'm going to say Vaseline-y, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but the consistency of that is what it's more reminiscent to. It leans more that way as a cream blush, whereas I felt like it was more like a cream to powder, not quite cream to powder, but it was more of like a true cream formulation. Now it's leaning more towards almost gel. It has more of a glowy finish. So I'm curious about the formula of this, and I still like the reformulated one, but I feel like nobody talked about that there absolutely was a formula change here, and it wasn't for the better. But anyways, the shades look really stunning. I think this red one looks really fun. Red blush is having a moment. And then we have more of like a nude shade. This looks like it has a little bit of peach to it. This one is a little bit more pinky. This one is going to give like that bronzer kind of look, I think. Or bronzer blush kind of mix there. I'm excited about these. I don't have the proper photos to show you from the website, but I also will be trying these. I haven't ordered these yet, but these are a shop. I used to not want to buy all of the shades that these launch in because when it comes to blushes, how many shades do you need? But you know what? I do like this formula. I love the way that his colors look on the cheeks. So I definitely plan on trying these out. Again, I don't know in what way I'm kind of making my content here, but I'm intrigued. So I'm shopping these. I'm excited about this. I hope it's more of like a cream formulation as opposed to how it's been reformulated. But we'll see. If there's one thing Patrick Ta does have down, it's colors. I think his colors are really flattering and universal. I was also quite excited about this. Charlotte Tilbury is launching new shades of the Hollywood Contour Wand, which is very much overdue. So we're going to have fair with neutral undertones, a medium with warm neutral. So it looks like we're leaning more into neutral tones, which again, very, very much needed. So fair, medium, tan, tan deep. And deep, I don't know what took them so long to do this. Is it just me, or does it kind of feel like Charlotte Tilbury has fallen off a little bit? They used to have so many launches, and I feel like they just don't have launches that often anymore. I don't know what's going on, and this is way overdue, but I think they needed to do it. So I'm excited about this. I'm probably not going to shop it simply because the shades that I do have work fine for me, but this still is very exciting because they were very limited in the shade that they had before, and I like that these are more neutral undertones. So this is very, very good news. And so here's the lineup of the new shades beside the existing shades. And here's the very last one that I'm going to talk about that again just caught my eye, really wanted to chat about it. Oops. YSL. We've had our eyes on this for a while. We've known that these were going to come out, but we didn't know when the launch date was. Available now, the YSL Beauty Make Me Blush Powder Blush. Did we need more blushes on the market? No. But it doesn't matter what I say because I am buying it. So they're going to keep putting them out if we're buying it. These look stunning. I love the packaging of YSL Beauty. I will not be purchasing all of the shades, but I will probably be picking up a couple. Like this shade, I don't even know what shade it is, but it looks beautiful. So I need to get a closer look, but I'm always interested in a baby doll pink, and then I hate it on myself. So I'm gonna try and resist. I want Rose Haze, I think, but it looks like it might be too light. Restless Rose looks up my alley, and I always tend to go for like a peachy nude. These look so stunning though. The packaging looks gorgeous. I'm really excited about these. Do I need it? No. Do we need another powder blush on the market? No. But one thing about YSL Beauty is they are going to treat you to an experience, a luxury experience. So it's worth owning one, in my opinion. We'll see the formulation, but as an ex-luxury makeup reviewer, I have to say I'm excited about this. And the reason that I stopped reviewing so much luxury makeup was simply because I truly felt that the quality of the products that were being launched in the luxury market just were not justifiable for the quality and the price point. Did that make sense? I felt like the quality of luxury makeup was not justifiable for the price point that they were asking, so I stepped away from it. I just didn't feel like I was getting good quality for that price point, but there are some luxury items that I do make an exception for, and this is one of them. But we'll see. I've been disappointed by a luxury powder blush before. So, luckily for me, this is my job, and I will get back to you on it. And of course, I do know there was a lot of other launches, but those are just the ones that piqued my interest. Did I say I was gonna drop any? No, I just picked the ones that I wanted to talk about. Sorry, you guys. Everything else considered a drop, but I really just wanted to hone in on the products that I was actually interested in and trying out for you guys. So a lot of these are products that you can expect to see in the next few videos. I'm really excited to get back into it, to get back into my makeup reviews and my makeup roundups. And I mean, this is my first video that I'm filming of 2025. I'm really excited to see what videos we can come up with this year and what makeup we're going to be testing this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below on any of the products that I talked about. Will you be shopping them or dropping them from your shopping list? I would love to hear it, and stay tuned. I have a lot of videos coming. Bye guys, have a good one.